your ideas are not always right as a leader. Your ideas will not always bring results. What works for you might not work for me. There are others that, trust me, if you try something outside that 9 to 5, you will not make any meaning out of your life. One of the reasons why I hate 9 to 5, it's because I feel it will not give me the avenue to express my full potentials. Leadership is number one. We have to understand that leadership is not just about having a role, like a leadership status, a leadership position. You as a leader now, your job is now to synthesize all those information to come up with something that will work at that moment. There is no leaders without followers. School is not a scam.
Okay.
Yes, school is not a scam. But schooling is not equal to education. Because I have BSc in biochemistry, doesn't really make me a biochemist. We might actually come to a point where a lot of people will be rendered jobless. As much as schooling is important, but what happens in school is that you are taught general knowledge. And what gives you an edge in the gig economy is a specialized knowledge that you have about something. Everybody can go and study mass communication. But we are coming to a point where those certificates are no longer relevant. It is a particular area of specialization that you have that will be relevant for you to fit in to this economy that we are driving at.
What up, everybody? My name is Frederick Kingsley, aka Big Max. And today in the studio, I have a prolific young man, someone very influential. He needs no introduction, but by the rare privilege that he has given to me, I would like to introduce him. He's a life coach and a leadership expert. He's also a graduate and has done some notable leadership workshops in the past and still has some more to put together in the future. So, welcome.
Thank you very much, Fred. Thank you for having me around on this show.
It's a privilege to have you.
It's a privilege.
exactly a privilege, because having people like you come and share opinions and their ideas is actually a beautiful thing. What we want to tag this podcast is going to be called Perspective.
All right.
So we welcome everyone that has something to say. Come and air your view concerning any particular topic. But before we go further into this conversation, right, I'd like to know a little bit about your background. So tell me, what was your life, your childhood and semi-adulthood like?
Semi-adult, of course. All right, Fred. Thank you for having me on the show. As I said, it's a privilege for me to actually be here.
You're welcome.
Well, my background, I was born in Kaduna State, but I grew up in Castina. Yes, my dad is from Castina, so I'm a core northerner. Northerner to the core. Yeah, where I attended a private school belonging to Catholics.
Okay.
And I think for me, that was like the greatest foundation for me, because those guys, they actually have great schools. So I was privileged to attend where I did my nursery school, primary school, and all of that. But I think when it comes to the aspect of life shaping in the areas of what I do now, in the areas of what I represent, I think it all took shape from my secondary school.
Okay.
I came down to Gwagwalada in
That's from
2011.
Abuja.
Yes.
Fantastic.
2011, where I attended yet another private school.
Oh.
Yes. And it was a mission school.
Wow.
That actually made a lot of difference. Thank you.
Okay.
It was from church to church to church. That made a lot of difference for me.
Yeah.
And I started assuming leadership roles in my JS2. Yes.
So what was your first?
My first leadership experience was I became a Bible study teacher.
Whoa.
From JS2, yes. And it was, the secondary school is from junior school down to SSG.
Yeah.
So I had the privilege of teaching even people that were my seniors in SSG. So it actually did a lot to my mindset. It did a lot to my confidence also.
Yeah.
So I think that was a kind of foundation for me. From there, I moved to a position in the FCS. I became a floor member.
Still in the same school?
Yes.
Secondary school?
Yes.
Okay.
In my JSG, I became a floor member in FCS. And in SS1, I was the FCS president.
Whoa.
Yes. In SS2, I became the head boy of the school.
I see.
So it was from one role to another.
To another role.
Yes.
Beautiful.
So it did a lot of shipping too.
So how has all of these experiences, your upbringing from mission to bigger mission, how has it helped to like shape your life to who you are and who you are becoming?
Okay. Now, one of the things I teach is purpose discovery. Now, I want to relate your question to how I'm able to like discover myself, like shape wherever I am today. Now, one of the ways we discover ourselves is through service.
Service, yeah.
Yes, through service. So for me, those platforms were platforms for me to express myself, to find out what I can do, my abilities. I think that's the word, my abilities.
Okay.
You know, if you don't have a platform where you express yourself, you might not really understand who you are, or what you can do, the abilities that are inside of you. Exactly, yes. So I think what those platforms did for me was they helped me to find expression. You know, those things are inside, so you just need somewhere to try. I was able to actually find expression. So
would you say if you had a different upbringing, it would affect you or directly impact who you are today? If peradventure you know how to find yourself in like mission schools that had STS or all of these things going on at the time, do you think you have a different life today?
Yes, I 100% I'm sure of that.
So you would want to agree that your upbringing as a young person is like majorly affected based on the background you're coming from.
Yes.
And some of the influences that you have.
Yes.
That's your standpoint.
Yes.
Wow, fantastic.
Now I don't know if I can chip in something.
You can say something, yeah.
Now I'm a reader. I read books. I listen to persons, and this book I read, and the person said something. He said, "Whoever you will become will be a product of two things.
Okay.
Number one, the books you read. Number two, the people you interact with.
Yeah.
So that is why background have a major key role to play. Whoever it is, anyone becomes a life.
And background. Yes. So anyone that's unfortunate to come from a background that is not well properly structured, it's definitely going to affect their life. Or is there any chance for someone who is not from a very solid background to reshape their lives later?
Well, yeah, of course, there's a chance. You know, we heard this word of this words flying around. Don't let your background put your back to the ground. Yes. As much as the truth is, you will struggle.
Definitely.
You will definitely struggle. But if you are then later in life, if you are then privileged to now find yourself in another environment that will help you grow. You know, first of all, what those environments do to you is your mindset. They work on your mindset. So if you find yourself in another environment where your mindset is now worked upon, of course, why not? So you have a chance.
Okay, that's a beautiful one. Yes. And then I was hoping to something really spectacular that I've not really paid so much attention to. I used to have this idea whereby I feel your background does not have so much impact on you, though it does. But right now I'm seeing a different light to that. I want to also ask you that question. What is now the role of an individual, right, in trying to secure a future or trying to discover themselves in life? What's that role that you have to play as an individual, keeping outside your background or whatever sentiment that comes to play? What role do you as a person need to play to secure a future or discover yourself?
All right, thank you very much for that question. And I think that's where most young people are having problems. We actually live our life to chance. Most of us live our life to chance.
Can you expand on
now?
that?
Living our life to chance is, you know, I don't know if now I told you about my nursery school, and you know, it was these sisters that were taking care of us, those nuns.
Yeah.
So there is this song we taught us, Qui Sarah. I don't know if you
I don't know.
See, whatever we be, will be.
Yeah.
Now, when I grew up, I told myself that is not a complete truth.
Yeah.
And whatever will be might not actually be okay. Except there is an intentional act. Now, first of all, you're talking about the individual roles we have to play in discovering ourselves. First of all, you have to understand that you have 90% of the roles to play as an individual. Now, as much as your background shapes you in a way, as much as those things have effect on your mindset, you can decide.
Okay.
I want to remain where I am. I want to remain who I am.
Okay.
Right? So Intentionality, number one. You have to be so much intentional about who you want to become. And your intentionality will come from discovering yourself, right? So I talked about how my background helped me discover myself earlier. Now, I might actually realize who I am, the potentials in me, and still remain an average person because I refuse to take up the responsibility of becoming perfect, whatever it is I've discovered about myself. You understand? I don't know if you come across people that are so much talented. Like, you know, this guy is good, this guy is intelligent, this guy is brilliant, but there's nothing attractive about their life. Yes. Now, most of those things is because those guys actually live their life to chance. They live their life to the background. Do you understand? Someone can definitely just grow up and then they have so much potential, so much things they can do. But if you ask them, why are you doing this? Why are you not doing this? They will tell you, my family this, my family that. I had a story of two young persons, and one of them grew up to be successful. The other person grew up to be just an average guy. And then two of them were on interviews and they asked them, why are you successful? They asked the first person, why are you successful? He said, because my dad was irresponsible. They asked the other person, why are you unsuccessful? He says, because my dad was irresponsible.
Was irresponsible?
Yes.
So they both have irresponsible dads.
Yes. But one
succeeded.
The other person refused. Now, the reason why the other person refused is that he found an excuse to remain
where he is.
The other person succeeded because he took it upon himself that, okay, whatever it is, I have the responsibility to break out. Yes. So I think responsibility is the thing, intentionality is the thing. You have to be very intentional in taking up responsibility.
But then this brings me down to a question that I've talked about in one of my talk shows. Yeah. Do you think that everybody has like equal chances to succeed in life?
Now, talking about equal chances, let me still go back to what I said, that whatever a person will be based on two things: the books you read and the people you interact with. Now, I don't know if it's fine if I talk about the Bible, like I use it as a reference. So, all right. Now, the Bible says something. The Bible says all of us have a high calling in God. What that means is that the chances to succeed is for everybody.
Do
you understand? But the level of that success might not be the same for everybody.
It differs.
Yes.
That's it. It's relative to the person.
Yes. So your question, the chances of success, everybody have a chance to make a beautiful,
not equal chance.
Yes. Everybody have a chance to make a beautiful life out of their life, but it might not be an equal chance because of some factors that we now have to
that you have
contribute.
That's beautiful. Yes. So what would you say has contributed the most to the progress that you've experienced or you've had so far?
What contributed the most for me was the platform God gave me.
The platform, which was your background?
Yes, the platform God gave me. Now, I said that because it's not as though I grew up in a family where you are being taught this is the way to life, this is the way to life, this is the way to life. Almost everything that I am today, or I know today, it's like I stumbled upon them by chance. But you see, as a child of God, one thing I keep doing is at every point I pray to God, please direct my foot to the people I need to listen to the people I need to meet, to the books I need to read, to be everything that I have to be. So, and God's so gracious enough, of course. I told you about my antecedents in secondary school, and then even in university, I became the president of JCCF, the largest Christian body on campus. So it was a lot.
Yeah, it's powerful there. Yeah, you're actually a very powerful person. You have so much influence, you know. So I want to also ask you another question. So what is that primary thing that comes to play in self-discovery? What's that thing that people need to pay attention to in self-discovery?
All right. What I want to say might be uncomfortable for many persons, but Fred, trust me, this is the way to self-discovery. And I believe you will have found what I want to say. For me, the greatest way to self-discovery is service.
Service.
I'm not sure there's anything that beats that. You discover yourself when you are serving. Now, service, people just think of service like I'm being used. I have to bring myself low to some, but service is not like that. Service is like you giving out.
To gain.
Giving out your talents.
To receive the ultimate.
Yes, giving out your talents, giving out your abilities, giving out values. Just giving out yourself. That is what service is all about. So for me, the major thing that plays the key role in discovering your true potentials boils down to service.
Wow.
Now, but some people have problem with, first of all, discovering what they can do. Like, okay, you talk about serving, talking about giving out my potentials, giving out the values. How do I discover my potentials? What do you grow up to love how to do? Let me tell you a little. Now, one of the reasons why I keep making reference to myself is because these are experiences. It's not something like I read from a book or I listen. These are something I experienced personally.
I used to always tell people that experience, you can never buy experience in the market, no matter how much you're.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. So I grew up to love public speaking. I just found out that I love to share knowledge.
Yeah.
I love to educate people.
Yes.
As young as when I was 11, I remembered, okay, my dad is a pastor. Let me just say that.
You have so much advantage.
My dad is a pastor.
Okay.
So I remember there's this megaphone we had then at home.
Yeah.
People that used to go out for this morning cry. So sometimes I'll be at home only me, and I'll go and pick one of those megaphones, and I'll just be talking to nobody.
Just maybe like
Yes.
in your room or something.
Yes.
Oh.
I can talk for like 30-40 minutes. So you understand. So from that young age, I discovered that this is what I want to do. So the next thing I now begin to do is seek platforms that will help me express and become better in that thing that I want to do. So first of all, discover your potentials. What do you love doing? What can you do even if you are not paid for? What gives you joy? What gives you drive? And then after you've discovered what you love to do, seek for platforms to express yourself. And trust me, you just...
But I think that is where many people are lacking right now, both young and old people.
Yes.
They lack that ability to want to serve.
That's true.
Everyone's just looking for value.
That's true.
But you can't give out if you don't give out value.
You can't, sir. You can't.
Me, from my own personal experience, I would also agree with you in a very large extent that service is one of these platforms or one of the opportunities that you have as a human to self-discovery. Yeah, because some of the things that I understood about myself is from the point of service. And currently in our world right now, many people are not willing to serve.
That's true. That's true.
Many people are not willing to serve. And then if you try to encourage people to serve, they'll be like, no, this one I'm supposed to do this. And it's crazy.
It's really crazy.
It's crazy.
Really crazy.
Because even in institutions, you go for like COS, which is an unpaid service.
Yes.
So this is part of the reasons to, let you experience life and discover what you are able to do. But many people don't even take advantage of those things, though in our system is not really functioning properly. It doesn't have a good structure.
Actually.
But as individuals, I think I would encourage people to want to send more. If for eventually, let me just give you an example. If, for example, you're a very good writer.
Yes.
But the fact that you want to really, or you enjoy writing, let me not say you're a very good writer, you enjoy to write.
Yes.
You can volunteer to offer your writing skills to those who really want your services. And then in doing that, you learn.
Yes.
You might get criticized. You might get someone to correct you. You might get someone to even praise you. That is why you even know that really this that I'm doing makes sense. All of the peaks in my career as an individual was the first time someone paid me for a service. that was one thing that encouraged me to keep doing what I was doing. I was doing what I was doing for free. I'll meet my friends like, guy, how far? Let's do this thing. I had a recording studio. I turned all my friends to artists. Everybody around me started singing. You just have to sing. I will teach you how to sing and I'll record. So also I was doing it for free, for passion, for the love of what I was doing. So people were, this makes sense. Someone had what I did. I was like, guy, I love this thing. How much do I pay? I was like, yeah. So I was calling my friends and begging them to come and do.
Someone to pay.
And they paid me like handsomely. Like in the beginning of my career, one of the peaks for me was when I made an instrumental. I sold it for around $50.
Wow.
Something that was dashing people. I was going to pay $50 to get, and it was a lot for me. So when I knew that, but imagine I just sat down.
Yes.
And I was like, I'll look for a job. Someone should pay me to do this. I will not get that platform to express, basically. So I think that's one of the large things that will take away from this point and just establish. So everyone out there, please learn to serve, learn to give your services, learn to offer your skill, your experience, your knowledge for free.
Actually, for free.
Because that is the only point where you can learn. Because if I'm paying you for a service, I expect the best.
Yes.
You understand?
Absolutely.
And you can't give me your best if I don't have experience.
Absolutely.
If you're looking for a job, you'll be like 5 years experience. How would you gain experience if you don't serve?
If you don't serve, that's true.
And people be like, how will I get experience? I just finished school last year. Go and volunteer. Like,
That's the point.
Go and volunteer. It's not going to be very easy. It's not going to be friendly. Many people will come after me. Like, why would you say that? Yeah, but go and volunteer. Go to an organization that needs a clerk or an assistant, or go and volunteer. There's not you will volunteer for a year, and they will not give you tips.
That's true.
I don't know if you get. Then years after, you have so many years to still live. Years after, you start reaping. For the beginning, you just have to save. Because I believe in one thing: you need to be using for someone to use you.
That's true, sir.
And you need to be used to use somebody. So that's it. We're just living in a world where you just have to give and take.
You just have to.
You can never take without actually giving. That's a very powerful one. I think it's something that I would add to my note, and I'll be paying attention to because currently I'm still serving, and I still love to serve. I'm still going to serve. I love to serve people, serve humans, and do a lot of things that contribute to people's people's life. I want that question here to ask you. So, what neutrality or religion has contributed to your own progress in life?
All right. It has contributed a lot.
Okay.
Contributed a lot. Now, aside from the fact that I basically got to discover myself on spiritual platforms or religious platforms.
Yes.
Aside from that aspect, personally, God is an essential factor that we can't neglect in our progress.
Sure.
In our progress, we can't neglect. Coincidentally, our podcast just is happening. Yesterday there was. I don't know if you saw the video on Twitter about Davido's dad.
Yes, testimony. Yeah.
Acknowledging God in something that.
Yeah, that thing is short. Like a big mark in my heart till tomorrow.
So you see, we're in a generation where young guys, just because you have money, you're comfortable, anyone can just go to Twitter and begin to rant. I don't believe God exists. I don't do that. I don't do that. Now, I tell people there are what we call principles, and anybody that plays according to the principles will actually be rewarded. There are life principles, and you can play according to the principles of life. So because you do something and you have money, doesn't invalidate the fact that there is a God.
Exactly.
Yes. God just said those principles. You played by them, and they reward. You understand? But you see, for purpose discovery. Now, one thing you have to understand is a manual. A manual gives guides to every product.
Yeah.
Now, I have a car.
Okay.
I have. Well, I don't mean I have a car. I'm just setting an example. For example, I have a car.
Yes.
I've never driven a car before, right? One of the things that the manufacturer does, or manufacturer did, is to have a user manual.
Yeah, to guide you on how
Yes. And so, just buying a car, I help me to the car. I don't know where to on the car to start the car. The next thing I will do is to look for the manufacturer's manual, right? And then where's the start button? Where do I have
how to open the door? Because there are cars you see using that doesn't even have the handle.
Yes. So I'm like, how do I get into this car? How do I get into this
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So you see, whether we like it or not,
Yes.
there's a higher power.
Definitely.
Whether we like it or not, yes. Whether we like it or not, we always sourced from a source.
Definitely.
All right. So,
Yes.
so it will now be foolish for us
Yeah.
not to return back to that source when we want to discover our true essence.
Yeah.
That is foolishness, right? as much as a car is useful, without the manufacturer, it cannot even come to existence.
Yeah.
And then it will be useless.
Useless, yeah.
Right?
If you see something and you don't know how it's used to, what's on the essence?
Do you get?
Yeah.
So for us to actually come to our full potentials, for us to actually discover ourselves,
Time to go back to the source.
spirituality plays a major role. You have to go back to your source. You have to go back to your source. Let me just give you a brief story. In 2020, when did pandemic happen? Pandemic was 2020.
That's COVID now.
COVID, yes. 2019, 2020.
2020, yeah.
Yeah. So in 2020, you know, we on strike then. So strike came. Strike came. So in 2020 December, I was so much confused about life, about so many things. I felt there is a lot I can do. There's a lot I want to do, but I really couldn't figure out. I can't place my hand on it. And then I decided, let me leave home. I left home on 31st of November, and I came back home on the 30th of December. So throughout December, I wasn't at home. I didn't even celebrate Christmas with my... There's this place they call Alone with God in Gwagwalada. I don't know if you have heard of that. I went there, stayed Alone with God.
Alone with God, I think I've heard of, but I don't really know.
About around Slukuja Road. Okay. I stayed there for 30 days. Okay. Yes. And I was praying, I was reading, I was seeking God. And for me, that actually marked a turning point in my life. After I finished that retreat, that's what we call retreat. After I finished that retreat and came back, it was like a whole new chapter was open for me. Opportunities came. Like I found out that, okay, if you do this, this will happen. Do this, this will happen. So there are these points in your life where you will be clueless about some certain things. You will be confused about some certain things. How do you think you can fathom what to do next? What do you get? So, and you know the funny thing, Max, even the people that have this advocacy of, I don't believe in God, God doesn't exist.
What they call them theologies, right?
Atheists.
Yeah.
Those guys, it's just because they're angry. They're angry some certain things are not playing out the way they want them, and so they just decide, okay, I don't take responsibility. Let me place this on the so-called higher power. So if this so-called higher power exists, why is my life like this? Why is my life like this? Why is my life like this? Okay. You understand? So spirituality have a major role to play in purpose discovery, in self-discovery. Like
so
I said,
even in your life too, you would acknowledge spirituality, religion.
Absolutely, sir.
Absolutely. That's beautiful. Because I may people that would want to disagree with that.
That's true.
You know, they'll be like, I don't serve God, I don't do this, I don't do this, but I'm still living. Or they want to make reference to the West. You know what's happening there. Like, the people that even brought the religion and all these things, they don't even, and you get what I'm saying. But one way or the other, I personally, I agree 100% that there's a higher power. Because even in science, they also tell that it's something they call the metaphysical, and something like that. you can't really understand.
You can't understand.
It's something that exists somewhere.
Yeah.
So and even before time memorial, we've always had that as human. Okay, there's something beyond.
Yes, sir.
So I also acknowledge that.
Yes, sir.
And as young people too, if you want to really succeed, you have to tie your life to the source.
Yes.
Because without the source, you are going to be empty.
Very, very empty.
You're going to be empty. Yes, so whatever you are doing. Like whether you are, one thing about God is that whether you acknowledge God or not, God is still God.
Yes. But he doesn't even need your acknowledgement.
Exactly. So he still knows what he does.
Yes.
Irrespective of what you think or how you feel or what you do. So regardless, God is still God.
Yes.
So just acknowledge him for the sake of acknowledgement, or for the sake that he is. So acknowledge him. So, but now, before I talk about leadership, I was also ask you about some other things that revolve around young people, purpose discovery, and other stuff like that. So right now, you know that the world is fast evolving.
Yes,
a lot of things are changing.
Yes,
so how can young people now, people that are trying to discover themselves, not even young guys, I think that people that are older that have not even discovered who they are yet. So in this very topic, goes across board, if of your age or whatever. People are still in their 70s or 50s. I don't even.
Still trying to navigate life.
They don't even know where they are. They don't even know what they are doing there. They just try to. So what can people, do differently in finding their paths in life in the ever-evolving world. Like, things are changing every day.
Right.
Things that you feel will work today might not work tomorrow. So what can people do differently
Okay.
to discover their purpose?
Okay. And there is a menace that is eating up the society, and that's what I call distraction.
Okay. I have a question I want to ask about this. Let's go forward.
Distraction. We are so much distracted, sir. There's so many voices talking to our heads, so many voices. And what I mean by voices, not just what people see, what you read, what you see, and all of that. So there are so many voices out there. Everyone is talking. Everyone has something to say. Everyone has a perspective about something. And you might come to a point where you are confused about what is the right thing to do. Right? What is the right thing to do? Right? So I think one of the things people must do different in this ever-evolving world is to shut down from distractions.
Perfect.
I was from last week, I think for 2 weeks now, I have so much been attracted to this guy, Elon. So I've been back to back, I've been watching his interviews, and one thing I discovered about those guys is they so much bury themselves in what they believe in the right cause. That they don't even have time for frivolities. They don't have time for things that don't really matter. Whatever is not contributing to the cause that they are chasing is irrelevant to them. The guy of recent is so much interested in politics, not really because he doesn't have anything to do. It's because he has something to gain from what he's pursuing. Do you understand? But most of us these days, especially in this part of the world, well, it's a general pandemic. We are so much chasing what is not chasing us.
Okay.
Today, publicity is trending on Twitter. You are there. You are airing your views. How does that contribute to what you are chasing? Do you get? You are running a business. How does that contribute to?
And I want to share our two. Let's know their figure.
Now I'm not saying those things are actually wrong, right? I'm not saying those things are actually wrong. Of course, you should have a say in what is happening in the society. But many of us, in having those say, we have derailed from the path of achieving what we want to achieve. And we are now helping other people achieve what they want to achieve.
Okay.
Do you understand? Now, there are so many of us too that we know everything happening in somebody else's life, a celebrity's life, except our own life.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
If they call Davido, you know how many kids he has. You know the color of his bedsheet in his bedroom. You definitely know everything about that guy. But when it comes to your own personal life, you are still struggling to find out what can I even do.
Yeah, that's deep.
Do you get? So I think one of the major things we have to do different is we are so much distracted. Technology is there. As much as technology is helping us to advance, technology is also serving as a distraction.
Wow.
Yes, I was talking with a friend and she was like, "Why do you hate TikTok?" I said, "No, I don't hate TikTok. It's just that, especially in this part of the world, we are so much focused on consuming this content instead of becoming the content creators."
Okay, but we have more content creators now, I would say.
Actually, but some people are so much distracted with those guys that they don't even know that, okay, instead of consuming, why can't I also produce? Let someone be consuming my ideas.
Yeah, true.
Do you understand? So those are some of these distractions that are actually covering. They are serving as a layer, covering what you can do. Then you find out you are 60, you are 50, and your mate have gone way ahead of you.
Okay, so what can people do differently now to overcome?
All right, now overcoming distractions.
You've said, okay, if they can stay away from distraction, I think they'll be able to focus and discover themselves better. So how can they overcome distraction?
Now, overcoming distraction it's actually an uncomfortable path. Okay. But you're an achiever. I consider you as one because you are one. You're an achiever. And one of the things that you and I will come to terms with is the fact that every achiever must embrace the part that is uncomfortable.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
We are here. There are some of our mates that might actually be out there doing some certain things that are pleasurable. But of course, because there's something we are aiming at. We are not out there with those guys, right? So it's an uncomfortable part. It's an unpleasurable part, but we have to embrace it. Now, what will you do different to overcome distractions? Intentionality. First of all, like I've said, discover yourself. Be consumed with your passion. What do I know how to do best? Let it consume you. Let it be a burning desire deep inside you, right? Understand. I used to watch movies a lot before. And then one time I have to tell myself, these guys I'm watching, some of them don't even have time to watch the what I'm watching.
Okay.
They drop a movie and then they are thinking of the next blockbuster to produce. And you get, now, is watching movie bad? No, I still watch movies.
Yeah.
But I just want us to be seeing life from a different perspective of what can I contribute instead of what can I get. So for you to certainly overcome distraction, you have to tell yourself, no man, I can't be spectator.
You have to be a contributor.
You have to be a contributor.
So you guys should go on with this. For you to overcome distraction, you have to be very intentional. And then you should be part of those that contribute to cause more distraction.
Yes. Cause distraction. Don't be distracted, but cause others to be distracted.
Just like what you were risking on the internet.
Of course.
Distraction everywhere.
It's causing shopping to their page everything.
And it's one way to succeed. You have to be controversial. If you don't cause distraction, people don't pay attention. Even in the world, it's very controversial.
Yes.
You just
let the spotlight be on you.
It's very good. So you guys should learn that. I think I'm learning a lot from this guy. Just like we should keep having this conversation because it's making a lot of sense. Well, I have a few other questions to ask you though. Well, so what is now the role of social media? Like, what influence do you think? Let me rephrase the question.
Okay.
How does social media influence young people's perception of themselves and their place in the world?
Okay. Very beautiful question. Very beautiful question, because the major influence we're having now, truly, sir, it's the influence of social media.
Internet.
It's the influence of social media in general. Now, we are in an age where a young person can be at home for 24 hours, for 7 days, and he's not even bothered with connecting with friends outside because he's on his phone, he's on his laptop, connecting with the outside world, right? So, of course, the major influence now comes from social media, right? So, I think your question is,
what is the influence? What is the influence?
What is the influence of social media, right, on our perception about ourselves, right? Now, like I said, the truth is, not everyone is created to do everything, right? There is a place for individuality. There is a place for dynamism. We are dynamic. It is your ideology of media that is bringing me to come and talk about my own ideologies of leadership and all of that. So I cannot want to do what you are doing just because I perceive it to be more successful in what you are doing than myself. You get? You cannot want to do what I'm doing just because you perceive me to be more successful in what I'm doing than yourself, right? So I think one of the major influence social media have in our perception is that it makes us to see life from a very little lens.
Okay.
It makes us to see life from a very little lens, in the sense that everybody is going this way. So, of course, because the major thing that is having influence on our mindset says everybody is going this way. So, let me also go this way. So, you find people that have no business with the media space. And when I mean the media space, I don't mean putting out yourself out there. I mean people that have no business with becoming tech gurus. I'm not going to tech. They are performing very badly.
Very badly, true.
But there is an idolo somewhere telling you that just keep at it, just keep at it. Yeah. But you have no business there. That's not what your potentials want. You might be very bad at tech, but you are a very good entrepreneur. You can sell. You can pitch ideas, and those ideas make a lot of sense to people. But then just because someone is putting Porsche on Twitter and he said he's into tech, you'll be like, this is the only pot.
It's not having a false perception of who are thinking that you can actually do it.
Yes.
That's good.
Yes. So you see where that distraction aspect now comes in. It hinders us from discovering the true essence of ourselves. Our true self. Our true self. You get?
There's a lot that we need to do as individuals.
A lot.
Quite a lot.
Oh,
Man.
so I think. Let me just chip in this. Before you spend most of your time on social media, on the use of technology to advance yourself, first of all, discover yourself.
Yourself offline.
Yes, discover yourself. I saw people that sell kumi on the internet, and they are making sales.
Sure.
I saw one that sells kuli.
Yeah.
She have discovered the niche that works for her.
Exactly.
She's like,
Everyone must
let me build.
must not be a tech bro. It must not be a social media influencer. It must not be a makeup artist. There's actually
Get the point.
there are actually other opportunities
Get the point.
that people are not harnessing.
Discover what you are best in.
You know, let me tell you one thing about myself.
All right.
And all of these things came from a point of self-discovery. Yeah, I started learning new things about myself. I started learning that I'm more of a creative person, and I'm more of an administrator. I love to organize things, yeah, and I love to see people do the work. I like to do the work. I enjoy to see people do the work, and I coordinate the work. But all of these things started coming later on in my experience, yeah. But so I'm trying to see how I can put people on the front line, and I let it be at the back end. But there are people who still want to force themselves and be on the
Yes,
front
to
line,
be on the front line.
you know.
And they'll mess up things. That is the thing about it. Yes.
If we're able to tell ourselves the truth and accept the reality, we will do better than what we're doing today. Many people don't want to accept it. Like, no, I have to do this, I have to do that. No, bro, you will kill yourself.
You will definitely.
You definitely kill yourself.
Definitely.
So, and I feel people should pay attention to them, to their inner self.
Yes, sir. Very, very
A lot of the time.
Very, very.
If you can pay attention to your inner self and listening, you're always talking. But we are too busy to listen.
Hardly listening. We hardly listen.
You know, when someone's like, what do I need to do? I think, guy, go and relax. You think. You hear yourself talk, or you hear God talk through you, and then you go, okay, this is what I need to do. But when you also are distracted with the problems, you don't even find the solutions.
The solutions. That's true.
You know,
That's true.
so that's one of the things we need to also learn. Just try to silence the outside noise and just be focused.
Bury yourself. Go
You
back
know, just go
inside.
and relax. Don't get distracted with what people are doing, with everything that's going on around you. Just go and sleep. So don't go and sleep. Just sleep. Wake up.
Go and sleep.
Yes, no, because one of the places I get refreshed is when I sleep. If I'm overwhelmed, if I'm stressed, if my brain is not thinking well, I just want to go and sleep.
I think down since
I want to go and sleep. Once I'm able to sleep and I wake up, when did this stop?
you can start from there.
Because when my brain is over stressed, I swear I can't even hear myself.
Nothing,
I can't even hear God
nothing.
because everything is just disorganized, just distorted. I'm just having broad visions. I just want to go and sleep. That's what. No, let's continue tomorrow. Alright, that's one thing we should also accept the point of rest. Many people don't want to take that point to rest. Just like
important.
I should be on your run, running to nowhere, like on the treadmill, just cycling on the same.
Making no progress.
Making no progress. So we have to withdraw back sometimes, ignore what's happening on the outside, but just think to self, and then you see you're able to discover a lot of things. Like you went on a retreat and you were on your own, and you hear God talk, you hear yourself talk, you see some things visible, you know, and then you're like, this is a part to fall.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
People are not actually paying
We are not
attention.
even ready.
They're just so worried about things not working out. I'm like, guy, things are not working.
You don't even find out why it's not working.
You get what I'm saying, you know? But there's a lot we need to do, and we can't talk about everything in this episode, you know? Let's just hit the point, but you made a lot of sense, and I'm learning from this.
I'm learning too, Fred.
And I think this is a good way to continue this podcast, because I've been battling with starting a podcast, like, what else do you think? I want to do podcast, but now I'm seeing there's an essence for having podcasts, because a lot of people have things to say, meaningful things to say, ideas to share, you know, beautiful perspectives to life that will impact even in our small community.
Yes, sir.
Impact life, even if it's just one life, we can impact in our generation. I think it's a lot.
It's a lot.
You don't want to sleep, because even the heavens say they will rejoice if one's on the
Over one soul.
Yeah, so it is a lot. So I think it's a welcome development. I might say, well,
I'm happy.
or any other about say we can invite people like you to come and share. Very important. Share ideas. Share what they think about life, and
Important.
let me learn to let others learn.
I'm glad I'm
very sure. Actually, there are some things you're putting my eyes to that I've not actually I thought about it before, and I'm like, yeah, you're making sense. And some things that I've thought about, and I'm not getting clarity. Like, oh, someone is also thinking this direction, So it's something beautiful, and I think I'm encouraged to do this. Yeah, I am. So, also, I want to ask you if you're familiar with the current world where we are right now, like the current era we are in right now. There's something they call gig economy. I'm sure you're familiar with that word. Gig economy is more like it's in the sense where people don't take up like regular 9 to 5, or is it white collar roles,
white collar jobs.
You rather take gigs, freelance and get paid. So what do you think? How will this gig economy shape the future of work for young people, and what are the advantages or disadvantages that you think that comes with this kind of situation then?
Well, to everything there is advantage and there is disadvantage. I, for one, I really dislike the idea of 9 to 5. Okay. Now, like I said earlier, that is what I love to call dynamism, right? What works for you might not work for me.
Sure.
Right? So one of the reasons why I hate 9 to 5, it's because I feel it will not give me the avenue to express my full potentials, right? Because what I want to do is not really in alignment to office work, 9 to 5. You understand? But there are others that, trust me, if you try something outside that 9 to 5, you will not make any meaning out of your life.
Yeah.
You understand? Yes. So, the future of works, the future of our future, the future of gig economy. Now, the thing is, the more the world advances, the more this gig economy is flourishing.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Do you understand? Yeah. People now hate the idea of that 9 to 5, basically because, of course, like I said, there are many people who doesn't give them that freedom of expression. They tend not to do a lot just because they have to be loyal to an organization that doesn't even mirror their values.
Exactly, yeah. And sometimes the organization does not even see the values that you're bringing into.
Yes. They don't mirror your values. They don't mirror your ideologies, and they don't even recognize the value that you bring into the company. They don't even see the value that you bring into the organization, right? So, I believe with time, even the regular, it will actually stop. Many people will prefer working from home, and we'll come to a point where people will have to make deals with organizations. If you don't pay me this amount of money, I won't come to your office. And if you want me to remain in this organization, then I have to work from the comfort of my home.
Yeah, we're getting there already.
Yes, we are getting so much there already.
Closer.
I just believe organizations now have to look for a way to adjust. I'm one advocate of flexibility. When the world evolves, it is only wise if you evolve with the world.
Okay.
Because if you don't evolve with the world, you will so much be left behind. Sure. Let me just give an instance, a very quick example. I don't know if I should say this. Yes, our commercial banks and microfinance banks. Now look at what is happening. Of recent, there is some issues around Zenith Bank, GT Bank. And the reason why I'm not disturbed, though I have account with Zenith and GT, is because I have OP, I have PAM, they have Moneypoint, I have Kuda, I have
all the digital
you get banks, Now these banks, they don't even have
physical
structure, but they are doing well than even the banks that have physical structures.
Yeah, you're making a lot of sense. So the world is actually evolving.
It's evolving,
but there are people that are stuck with the ideas that they have. And this one I will attribute it to most of the older generations that we have.
Yeah.
They believe so much in how they were experiencing life during that time, and they want to pass that ideas down. Our generation, or people of like the recent, or should I call them Gen Z, or maybe millennials? Some millennials are already adopting.
Yeah.
And those people that are able to adopt are the ones that are still going to be in the front line.
Yes, that's true.
So anyone who is feeling like this is how things has been, we have been doing this, honestly, they're going to be on the long run. Because there was a time we used to go and make phone calls. We used to go and make phone calls from like phone booths.
Yes.
You pay for times 20 minutes or 10 minutes or something. Right now, who even does that? That was like what it was in vogue. Everyone was. If you're not doing phone business, you're not making money.
Yes.
Airtime printing and all of these businesses they're flourishing.
Very well.
You know what I'm
In fact,
saying?
there was a time I considered going to airtime
You know,
printing.
they were even selling courses on how to start printing your head.
Exactly. Exactly.
Like I can't remember the last time I bought airtime.
I can't remember. I can't remember.
So the world is fast evolving. People are not even paying attention. They don't even know that things are actually changing. They feel like we're still living. You know what I'm saying? We're still living. But honestly, the world is fast changing.
Evolving.
The gig economy is coming
evolving.
really fast. It's fast paced. And anyone who is not tapping into it as young people, it's going to take over.
Very, very.
Learn to understand your gifting is try and have a skill in your gifting.
Yeah.
You can be a skilled accountant, you can be a skilled secretary.
Yes. Yes.
You should be able to go and add value to wherever you work. You know, that is where we are going into. That's the era where we're like, you know, advancing into. People no longer employ, let me just call them errand staffs anymore. They want to be sure that you are able to contribute something valuable to that organization or that business or something.
Okay, Fred, let me just chip in something.
Yeah.
Now we're in the era of artificial intelligence.
Yes.
And as much as there is fear around that artificial intelligence might take over the jobs. Now, for people that are smart, in fact, that is when to even make more bucks.
More bucks, exactly.
Yes. These are machines.
Yeah.
They require someone to operate them. They require someone to command them. Right? So it will not be wise to just sit in one corner and then be lamenting. Oh, AI is going to take my job. Oh, graphic designers. Oh, this and this. Oh, writers. Oh. The wisest thing to do is to evolve. Go and take courses around artificial intelligence. How do I become a programmer? How do I now be the one giving command to this?
So talking about the gig economy and how it's going to shape the future, how it's going to influence the future of work, I think I'm going to encourage more people to start buying into the idea of gig economy, mostly employers now.
Yes.
Because even the government should also consider that, because a lot of people, a lot of talents, let me say talents, would rather want to buy the scope of doing gigs other than taking like full-time
regular jobs
and all those kind of things. And then there's an advantage that comes with taking gigs. It gives you time to do other stuff, because sometimes when you take these jobs, you're not necessarily working all the time.
Yes.
You just appear in the office and just sit idle, wasting your entire day. That's a good time for someone to have family rebound, go and stay with your family, have family moment, have personal time. So there's a lot of advantage that comes with that. It's also cost effective. Yeah. Let's say I need a plumber. I just hire a plumber when I need a plumber, and I pay him instead of employing a full-time plumber to come and just sit in the office and I'm paying him money, whether there's maintenance or no maintenance. So it is cost effective. It is even better. It gives the economy a more robust way to operate. Yeah. So I'm not tied down to a particular place. I can even take a gig in the Ministry of Finance, take another one in CBN, just work whenever I'm needed. Not just come to sit down and do nothing sometimes, but there's some rules that require somebody to actually be present.
Sure.
There's some other skilled required jobs don't need 24 hours present. So it's like we're going to come to that spot where people rather want to take gigs, and the employers also open up their minds to start giving. Because most people be like, we can't just pay you when you are not coming to work. They be like, they want to see you every day, but it's something that I think. Or what do you think about it?
Yes, I just like you said, I think it's high time for an adjustment. Now, like you said, one of the advantage of the gig economy is flexibility.
Yeah,
flexibility. Yeah. You have the freedom to express yourself with different organizations.
Yeah.
For example, I'm a writer. I can decide to write for organization A. I can decide to take another gig, organization B. I can, and you are doing this. You're having a lot of experiences. Experiences. So the economy is here to stay. It's just for us to adjust.
To adapt. And then I will encourage young people to also take advantage of it. And then the role that we even need to play to be able to be suitable for these economies to get a skill, and then harness the skill, build it to a point where it is valuable.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for us to build, so the disadvantage. What do you think are the disadvantages that comes with this? Because I think that's advantage, definitely has disadvantage.
Okay. Now, because of the audience we're talking to, I think I will want to talk about a kind of geographical disadvantage for now.
Okay.
Geographical disadvantage. Now, one of the geographical disadvantage, seeing the kind of society we are, is that we might actually come to a point where a lot of people will be rendered jobless. Okay. Now, this is my point. As much as schooling is important, but what happens in school is that you are taught general knowledge. And what gives you an edge in the gig economy is a specialized knowledge that you have about something.
Yes.
You get. Now, everybody can go and study mass communication. But we are coming to a point where those certificates are no longer relevant. Yeah. It is a particular area of specialization that you have that will be relevant for you to fit in to this economy that we are driving at. Exactly. Right? So I think if people don't adjust, there will be a lot of jobless people out there.
And I think one of the disadvantages is going to be security of jobs. When you are operating the gig economy, what if you don't get gigs?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what's the security of this job?
True.
Because it's just like doing business. What if people don't buy?
True.
But if you have a secured, like say 9 to 5, you're already certain that every month my paycheck is coming. So you're already on gigs. It's only when you get gigs that you get paid.
Yeah.
So what if you don't get gigs? So it comes with a lot of disadvantage, I think.
A lot.
Really. But irrespective of that, it has come to stay.
Yeah.
And it's going to also eat deep into the system. So this other question I want to ask you, it's more on leadership.
Okay.
So what are the qualities and the values that you think is essential for effective leadership? What are those qualities and those values that someone should possess to be an effective leader?
Okay. See, leadership is number one. We have to understand that leadership is not just about having a role, like a leadership status, a leadership position, right?
Because why I ask that question is so that someone can really understand when you're speaking to see this kind of traits in yourself, or traits you be able to, like, okay, discover or understand that I think I have this leadership traits, and I think I should assume more positions of leadership. You get what I'm saying? So just open our eyes to things like that.
Okay. I think one of the most important quality of every leader is flexibility.
Okay.
Leaders should be dynamic, right? Now, like I was saying, leadership is not about a leadership role, a leadership position. There is a statement, there is something you said earlier that I love. Said you discover something about yourself. You just love to be at the background and making sure things are all right. Now, still, when people come to that kind of setting, they might think, okay, the people at the forefront are actually the ones making sure everything is fine. But no, there's a brain that is making sure everything is fine. Now, your job as a leader in that kind of setting is to harness the different ideas that your people have and then come to a particular conclusion.
Okay.
Yeah. So flexibility, very important. Your ideas are not always right as a leader. Your ideas will not always bring result. So what do you have to do? What is the problem? What is the solution we are looking for? You source ideas from here, What do you think? What do you think? And then at the end, you as a leader now, your job is now to synthesize all those information to come up with something that will work at that moment. So flexibility is very important. Another trait of leadership is empathy. I cannot overstress that. You have to be touched with the feelings of people. You have to put yourself in the shoes of people. You have to come to terms with what the other people are really going through. Yeah, very, very important. Especially for those that are in leadership roles.
Okay.
It's not always all about me and my organization. Empathy plays a very key role. There is no leaders without followers. So, and then if you are not empathic, trust me, you might come to a point where you lack followers. So I think those are the two I might point out
Okay, so some of the conversations that we've had has brought me to one final question, right? You made mention of something that our educational system is not really structured in the way that you're able to acquire skill, you're also getting general knowledge. So, and there's this saying that is very profound among young people, young Nigerian students. Although they be like, school is a scam. What's your opinion about that?
Well, school is not a scam.
Okay.
Yes, school is not a scam, but schooling is not equal to education.
Okay.
Because I have BSc in biochemistry, doesn't really make me a biochemist.
Okay.
Yep.
Why do you say
Now,
that?
the reason why I say that is, as a biochemist, that is something you must know how to do. Okay, let me make an example with a doctor. As a doctor, as a surgeon, you should know how to operate on a patient, and the surgery should be successful. Now, not every time the surgery must be successful, but to a larger extent, you should have the required knowledge to make sure that that surgery is a success, right? So, because I go to school and study medicine for 6 years, doesn't really make me qualified to be a doctor. Because there are some things that I might not be able to do as a doctor. I might just go to school, attend classes, I don't even care about the practicals, I look for a way to just pass and all of that. So that's why I make the point of schooling is not equal to education.
Okay, so but I want to make emphasis on, you go to school, you pay attention to the practicals. Is that enough to actually produce? Because the essence of us going to school is not because we love school. It's because there's an end result we are aiming to achieve, to become what we studied. Is that not the case? That's
Yes,
the case,
yes,
basically.
yes.
Even though there are scenarios where people study what they don't want to study, but going to school to study, let's say, pharmacy, is so that when you come out of school, you should have enough knowledge, have enough knowledge to be a pharmacist.
Yes.
So, but reverse is the case in many, like in the most scenarios. Like, not everyone that goes to school, even if they pay attention, because I personally have an experience. I have a BSc. So there are a lot of things in school that I did not learn from school. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. I did not learn from school. So going to school, paying all the fees, like committing to learning, but I'm still not presented with the right information, the right
information.
So what is now the benefit of my time invested, my finances invested, and my own effort invested? What is now the benefits? So that, okay, I invested so much in this thing, but I'm coming back with so little.
So little. All right. So now, let's go back to school is a scam. Let's go back to school is a scam. Now, in that, school is not a scam. But in this scenario now, this school is a scam cliche can actually become a personal experience.
Okay.
Yes. You can, if you don't actually know what you are going there for, you don't have an idea of the fact that, okay, it's not everything that you need to become that end result that will be taught in school. You are just going there clueless. You are depending on whatever is taught in class, and outside of class, you don't do anything meaningful to be able to develop yourself in that area of your specialization. School will actually be a scam for you, because at the end of the day, you will come out from school and then you are still useless to the society.
Okay, so are you saying that irrespective of the fact that you are paying fees, because we pay fees, we are investing our time, so much time, going for lectures like virtually every day, we still need to go and invest our time somewhere else that the school does not provide us with the leverage to? Because I know how tight my lectures were in school. How So which time do I have to now go for that extracurricular to learn or even master this skill, when my parents that are sending me to school are depending on the school or the institution to buttress knowledge into my head?
All right. So let's graduate from individual experiences to societal relations. Like, let's relate this to society. Societally, and by the reason of what our institutions, the curriculum we have in our institutions, I can see school is a scam. In the context
of the curriculum. So
because now I was reading a book. I don't know if you read this book by Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. It's talking about specialized knowledge. We have general knowledge, we have specialized knowledge. What makes you an expert in what you do is your specialized knowledge and not the general knowledge. The truth is, our school's curriculum are outdated.
Okay.
They are way outdated. way outdated. You did maths, right?
Yeah, I did
Maths.
mathematics. Yeah.
Okay. Now there are a lot of advances in the area of
Like
mathematics.
a lot of them, plenty of them that I started discovering along the line. And I'm like, what are we doing?
Fred, sometimes I think some weeks back I was thinking and I was like, it looks like in this part of the world we are like 300 years behind. Do you understand? Now, when you go to the Western world, one thing you will notice is that even at a younger age, they begin to educate you based on the areas of your strength.
Yeah.
So you go to schools and of course, they have seen the potentials of being an engineer in you, or that is your area of interest. They begin to already teach you how to couple things, how to dismantle things, how to put this together. You have access to computers, but even as a mathematician, they wouldn't want to tell you that, okay, one of the major tools you need as a mathematician, access to computers.
Yeah.
Do you get? So in the context of society, in the context of the curriculum our institutions are using, bro.
And what you get.
And that is why you now have to do the extra work. Okay. You now have to do the extra work. Most people now are not even using their certificates.
Majority.
And you wouldn't want to blame them.
Why would you blame them?
That's the truth. You wouldn't want to blame them. Most of the reasons why people are not really interested in education again is because they have not really seen the benefit of education. Schooling. They have not really seen the benefit of schooling. There are people that have not visited the four walls of universities, but they are experts in their field. Exactly. I have a friend like that.
Sure.
I have a friend
because I made it a talk show. I was saying that if I had known that this is the result I would get from school, I would have invested that time in just learning a skill. If I spent 6 years in school, not because I wanted to spend. I had lockdown, I had ASU and all these things for a 4-year course. If I invested that 6 years to learn a skill, even if it's mechanic, I will brutalize it as vandalize a car and put it back together.
That is true.
But someone that goes to university to learn mechanical engineering might not even know how to lose a knot.
Yes.
I have somebody that studied computer science that doesn't even know how to turn on the computer or shut down. Wow. You know, and it's very funny.
Like, very funny. Very funny.
It's very funny. But obviously in school it's partially a scam. Actually, depends on the context.
The context, yes.
Yeah, yes, but what I will encourage people is, while you're in school, try and discover yourself, because I think success in life generally it revolves around self-discovery.
Yes, sir.
Irrespective of what you study, or whatever it is, just discover your area of strengths, what you love to do, and then see how you can develop yourself in that line. Because they say when you love your work is no longer a work. I can't remember how they put that statement. When you love what you do, it's no longer a job.
True.
You just enjoy doing it. So you have to discover who you are. If you see that you discover that you love public speaking, probably you can. But in Nigeria, I don't think that works, to take a course in what you love. Because I study maths, I don't love maths.
Yeah.
I wanted to do computer science. I applied computer science. I did not get it. I had to even change it. All the efforts I even put was frustrated. You get, so I just had the choice. I had no choice. Not even had the choice. I had no choice.
Go with what is available.
Just go for what's available, because I want to be at home. I've been at home for years, and now it's like I got admission and I'm trying to make decisions. Even lecturers will discourage, like, you are even choosing what people are looking for. You got admission. So they will even discourage you. So like during our time, we don't even have
and things have changed. Things have changed. I think that is because I believe, of course, we might be reaching down to our parents and potential parents to pay attention to your kids.
Pay attention to
your kids.
Very important, yeah.
Pay attention to your kids from a little age. Find out their interests.
Even school authorities, lecturers, deans, faculty, deans, HODs, student affairs. Pay attention to your students too.
Yeah. Sometimes it's not about go to school. Your mates are going to school.
You get what I'm saying?
No.
I think they should have like a guardian counseling.
Yes, very important.
Faculty,
very, very important.
Every tertiary institution.
In fact, from the basics of secondary school students, secondary school level.
They should start from secondary school down to tertiary.
They should have,
even in tertiary, the people that are still lost.
Actually,
keep it as like all this skill acquisition stuff. I don't think it's very relevant. Let people even understand who they are.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Someone is just studying the course because everybody say go and do medicine.
Go and do that.
Or you're a brilliant child, go and do this thing.
See this person child,
You know,
see this doctor.
you even go to school, you're like, sir, I don't think I can cope in this department. They're like, look at your mate, they're not doing it. Go and read, you're not serious. Your brain is literally telling you that, oh, this thing is, I can't understand it. You know, I had a classmate that switched from like department to that department. He was doing very well. He's doing better than me academically. You get what I'm saying? Because he just know that almost anything figures is not my thing.
I'm not.
I'd rather just read and understand what's happening. But you know, he's doing very well. So let's also encourage people to, you know, discover themselves and help them, because in self-discovery, I feel like your immediate environment has an influence to you know, helping you harness what your potential are. Because if you're not encouraged to do what you love, it takes an extra energy to continue. You know, so instead of letting people invest too much energy, let's just try and encourage them. I think that's my 2 bits. If you have anything to say, just chip in before
very important.
Call it a day.
Then like I was saying, the issue of having this guidance and counseling in secondary schools. They're not just there.
My emphasis is tertiary.
University. Now, this one I'm bringing the secondary school into play.
Yes.
You know, some of these guys, they don't actually have a clue of what they want to even study out there.
There's something I also even draw attention to. Do you know that people that didn't do secondary school but they went to work?
Yes, it's true.
So in those cases, how do you have access to guidance and counseling?
I think you are
you know, right. So let's have it intentional. Don't assume people that are in universities or polytechnic
know what they are doing, know what they are doing.
See, it will shock you.
Some of them are very clueless.
They're clueless. See, let me just shock you with something. Someone asked someone studying computer science that why are you studying computer science? The person told me that because my mom has a cafe. That is why I am doing computer science. If I finish, I want to go and start my work cafe.
So that will give you an idea of what the end of that person is already.
I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So the person was complaining to me bitterly about programming that is not, they're not understanding. I said, because you don't know what you're doing this. So that's the role that guys and counseling will play. When students come in 100 level, take them to a thorough orientation.
Very thorough
not organizing welcome party or
very
sharing.
Thorough orientation.
Take them to a series of orientation.
In fact, those things should be stopped.
You get what I'm saying?
Welcome parties.
Let people understand this is what you are studying. These are the effects of this thing. These are the possible careers you can even
pursue.
You can pursue. It can be like a month course. Like let them come and learn. Those are serious.
They have 4 years. So what is
a month
course
that
they cannot
2 weeks or 1 week? Brings people to come and speak from all these departments. Give them a broad perspective of what this thing entails. I'll advise them to even switch courses if they discover that they are not able to, and make the process of switching a course very seamless. Don't make it too chaotic and too rigid. You get what I'm saying? Let people do the right thing. If not, I'm going to still breed the same set of graduates.
The circle to continue like that.
And so those guys will now become lecturers after they don't have jobs. They're going to become lecturers.
That's the next thing. If your advice is to go for a master's, after master's,
oh my God! Then you start breeding the same set of people. Is out of 1 million graduates, it's like 100 that even know what they are doing, or even 50 out of a million, not up to 10% of them. That is a problem. Graduates every day graduates
without societal impacts.
Impacts. Majority of the graduates are back to their father's house, just eating semo. The ones that are able to even do something are starting POS business. And it's really chaotic.
Absolutely don't know what's next to do after service.
What next?
Nobody can tell you, okay, this is what I want to do next.
There are no jobs. There are virtually no opportunities.
No opportunities.
Opportunities are only for those that are skilled.
Actually.
And well skilled, not just...
Exceptionally specialization, yeah.
So how would this would gain this experience from just one week? What's the call? 1 week entrepreneurship studies. The people are even picking courses that they don't even attend. They don't even have interest in.
It's quite funny.
It's quite funny.
It's quite funny.
So if you are able to train someone to be a pharmacist and he loves it, he would even devote more time to want to learn. About pharmacy.
True.
But if you take someone that wants to do mass comm and you're forcing him to go and do physics, his whole aim is to learn about feeling in this school. I don't care.
Period.
My feeling is to rest.
Period.
You can never produce anything tangible.
Nothing.
But if someone is doing something that they love, honestly, they would want to even devote, even if it's 5 extra minutes to let me. You know what I'm saying? If someone loves to do music, encourage them to go and study music.
Encourage them.
Parents will say, "What are you going to do in music?"
Encourage them.
There's a career in music. There's a career everywhere. every career is what's that word? Is lucrative.
Yeah, it's marketing.
You get what I'm saying? It just depends on how good
You are.
and your knowledge in that field. So I'm encouraging people, parents, teachers, lecturers, school management, what's it called, student affairs, all those what's it called, those individuals or stakeholders that play roles,
Key roles
in developing,
shaping these guys,
people, shaping the lives of people. It's not everybody that has the ability to self-discover. Some people, you need to even help them discover themselves.
It's very important. Yes.
So,
yes.
And not everyone can afford to go to special schools where they pay attention to you.
Yes.
And these are government institutions to try and institutionalize and create structures that would help
these guys discover themselves
and be useful to society, not produce graduates that are helpless.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Helpless. And one last thing I'll talk about is NYC.
Sometimes I just feel that I should be scrapped. Like
NYC. I don't know, brother, idea, but maybe you have a good intention.
Yeah, people go on.
Maybe they had good intentions, when they introduced that framework.
Obviously.
But honestly,
right now it's messed up.
NYC is not doing any graduate in Nigeria any form of good. No graduate in Nigeria is happy serving. Please, we don't have about it.
Let's review that program.
Let's review it. Please, let's review
that program.
For me, I feel like you're just putting me in bondage for a year. I can't do nothing. I'm just there. The whatever allowance is not even tangible to even buy me a day food. Talk more of transportation, talk more of renting and accommodation, talk more of even buying soap, talk more of even sewing a new khaki from the Aba khaki they give in camp and all those things. So it is a frustrating situation. You're even making the graduates more frustrated by that scheme. So that's why some graduates after serving, they just want to go and stay at home because they have been frustrated enough. Someone is posted to a village where it's remote. There's no way of coming. There's no facilities that was made available to sustain the person serving your country. It's just like it's so chaotic. Please, there should be reforms. It should be reviewed. If there is no need for it, they should just scrap it and then maybe what's it called? Go and take the scheme to join maybe entrepreneurship scheme.
Thank you. In fact, that would have been the best.
You get what
would have been the best to help
people to come bring them. That budget is not necessary. The stress is not necessary. The 1 year of time is not necessary. We're already complaining of school is a scam. NYC is very. I don't want to say anything. NYC is a problem. Please, that should be reviewed. I think with that said, and these were both stressed a lot of points on leadership, on the role of youth, role of individuality, how each and every one of us as young people, as growing adults, we can help better our lives, help make our lives better, in the situation where we find ourselves. So guys, with that said, it's really a privilege to have you, Mr. Nathaniel, in the studio, talking with you, sharing knowledge. You are such an embodiment of powerful knowledge and information. You guys should please follow us on all social media platforms. Yeah. Follow Mr. Nathaniel Ishaya. I think he's a powerful coach. You guys should try and book a mentorship with him. And I can assure you that your life will remain the same. And if you have events for youth, you can also invite him to be a guest speaker or come and be one of the moderators. He's a very powerful and well-informed young man, and I'm proud to call him my friend.
I'm proud to call him my friend.
All right, thank you guys.